The first speaker we're going to invite to the microphone is Varshini Parkash, organizer, UMASS Fossil Fuel Divestment Campaign. Varshini?
Sorry. So Varshini will not be speaking today. My name is Allison Brigney. I'm a sophomore here at UMass Amherst.
And my name is Christy Herman, and I am a junior here at UMass Amherst. We first wanted to just address the accessibility of this meeting. So we have been organizing for over 2 years, and we were given 3 minutes to talk at this meeting, and we've built power, we've built students in support of us, and we wanted to show that we have a big coalition of people who think this conversation is really important, and we were told that we were not able to come to this meeting. And this is supposed to be a public meeting, and it's a meeting where discussions and decisions are made that directly affect students, and I really feel like it's incredibly important that students are not only allowed and welcome to come here, but they're encouraged to be at these meetings and to be engaging in this work. So we feel like it is really, really inappropriate that we were told that we're not able to be here, and that if it is a space issue, then maybe we need to make sure that these rooms are bigger so that students can engage in this and be here to support speakers like us. So, yeah. So,
Excuse me, you were told that you were not able to, that you would not be allowed to speak?
No, not that we weren't allowed to speak. We were told that even though this is a public meeting, it's a private building, so we were only allowed to have a certain amount of people come in, and we feel like that it is, as many students that want to be here should be able to be here. So,
Okay. That's a little bit different, okay.
Sure, thank you, yep. So we are here today, 100 strong, in the rain during finals week to express to you the urgency with which we feel the issue of climate change needs to be addressed. By having investments in the fossil fuel industry, we are directly profiting off of the most damaging contributor to the climate crisis and are benefiting off of and perpetuating the exploitation of people whose resources are destroyed from the extraction and combustion of fossil fuels. The movement for divestment is rapidly growing and building power. Over 400 student-led campaigns have started in the last 2 years in the US, and hundreds more exist all around the world. These campaigns, previously acting in isolation, are starting to work in coordination as a national student divestment network. Over 10 campuses have divested already, and we expect additional wins in the spring. Cities and towns are divesting from fossil fuels, and state divestment campaigns are well on their way as well. And there are people here in this room working for those campaigns. There have also been wins in the financial sector. As of September 22nd this year, the Rockefeller Brothers Foundation is joining a coalition of philanthropists pledging to rid themselves of more than $50 billion in fossil fuel assets. Cambridge Associates, a major leading financial advisor to foundations and endowments, has taken a stance on the issue and created a fossil-free investment portfolio option. A major institution in opposition to divestment has now come around to support the tactic. Climate change is a justice issue. It is a racial and an economic justice issue. We stand in solidarity with struggles happening across the nation, from racial justice fights to workers' rights. We resonate strongly with the chants we've heard in the streets of "I can't breathe." While Eric Garner died from a police chokehold, people in communities in Holyoke, Springfield, Fall River, and beyond are gasping for air due to pollution. It is no mistake that these communities are low income and predominantly people of color. While we recognize we are 2 white women standing before you today in a largely white organization at a largely white university, it is crucial that we say that Black Lives Matter in this and in all things.
Over the past 2 years, Divest UMass has spent countless hours on this campaign. We've had hundreds of conversations with students and faculty, collected over 4,000 petition signatures representing nearly 1/5 of the undergraduate student body, and have reached out to alumni. We have built coalitions with student groups on campus, and this year became a core team of the Center for Education Policy and Advocacy. We had resounding victories in both bodies of student governance. The SGA passed a resolution in support of divestment 18-6, while the Graduate Student Senate passed a similar resolution at 27-3. After members of our organization attended the 400,000 person People's Climate March in September, we began connecting the dots between labor and climate justice and have started conversations with the UMass unions. Over the past year, we have met with everyone from Vice Chancellor Galai to Chancellor Subaswamy to President Koret. Our campaign has spread beyond the Amherst campus to Boston, and we are continuing to find allies at Dartmouth, Lowell, and Worcester. We come to you today with support from students, faculty, alumni, and some administrators. We have worked incredibly hard over the past 2 years, and yet we are given a mere 3 minutes to speak at this meeting. We are excited for this time to engage with you, but we need urgency. A year ago this month, we were told the administration would be forming a socially responsible investment advisory committee. At this time, that committee has met only once and does not include the voices of those students who have been advocating for divestment. It is clear that this committee is not working on a timeline that adequately addresses the crisis we are facing and does not intend to work directly on achieving divestiture from fossil fuels. We are asking today that you, as the University of Massachusetts Board of Trustees, take a formal vote on fossil fuel divestment at your April 8th board meeting. As an institution of higher education, it is not in UMass's interest to be invested in an industry that is ruining and will continue to ruin the lives of generations present and future. We would like a response from you now on whether you will vote to divest from fossil fuels at the April 8th Board of Trustees meeting.
You're asking a question now?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not prepared to have an exchange right now, but we will take it up.
Well, we
At some
feel
point.
that we've had this ask already and that there's...
It's not on our agenda, and we have to advertise on our agenda topics that we are intending to discuss,
Okay.
and so it's not appropriate for us to do it now.
Well, we
But I
just...
do have something to say to you when you finish.
Okay, we just feel that you don't have to have a discussion right now. We're just asking you to have a vote, and that's in 4 months from now. And we feel that the creation of this STRIAC was created to have that already been happening, and to have that be 4 months away, and you say that you can't make a decision on that, we feel is pretty unacceptable.
Your request is duly noted, and we will take it under consideration.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that it? Because your time is up.
George, did you have anything else to say?
I do want to say something
Okay.
to your earlier point when you first started. We think that it's very important that all of our students have an opportunity to participate in the democratic process, and we should not do anything to interfere with that right. So I would suggest in future meetings, if you are looking to have access to the public square, if you will, that bring as many students as you want, and we will deal with the fire code requirements of whatever venue that we're in. And we in this building, let's say we can only have X number of people. When we get to there, we have to honor those laws. But I don't think that we should discourage you from having students or anybody come and support whatever position that you're taking on any particular issue. So if you were given the impression that you were being discouraged from coming, then I apologize for that, for whoever was responsible for that. But we want, particularly our students, to feel that they are engaged in a realistic context with respect to the democratic process. Okay?
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that we were not only told that most of the people couldn't come into this room, we were told that we couldn't come into the building at all, which I just wanted to make that clear, that is what happened. I understand that.
They said you couldn't come into the building at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know that you were here, so you weren't talking to us, but I just wanted to make that clear that we were told not in the building at all, because we would be disruptive to offices and things like that. So,
Well, we appreciate all your comments, and again, duly noted, we'll take all in consideration. And thank you very much.
Chairman, 2 points very quickly. Okay. Just one, I wanted to acknowledge the director. Thank you for your letter. All of us have received that. We appreciate that. And 2, I assume at some point in time through the committee process, we'll know where the substantive intake is coming and where the processing is. We are in fact going to be doing it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We will be back at the next meeting.
Okay. Our next speaker will be Joan Martone, co-chair Professional Staff Union, MTA, and NEA, UMASS Amherst. We'll give that a little, about 30 more seconds.